Hey everyone! Well, we're here, we're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we are heading back on over to Reddit, filtering by top posts of this week, and just seeing what the Huns have been up to. I was looking, and it has been a few weeks since my last Reddit video, and that is just because life got in the way. Good things about life. At the end of April, on the 27th, my husband and I celebrated our 13th wedding anniversary. So we finally, after years, were able to take a little vacation, a much needed vacation. And it was very, very nice. And we had actually wanted to do this for our 10-year wedding anniversary. But if you do some very quick math, you will see that our 10-year wedding anniversary fell in April of 2020. So we were definitely not able to get away then as much as we wanted to, due to certain things going on at the time. But yeah, so that is one of the reasons why I just wasn't able to get around to doing a Reddit video, so I am very excited to see what has been going on, see what posts that are going on, see what has changed, especially with Mother's Day coming up. We know that the Huns think that mothers want nothing more than MLM products. That's obviously all anyone can think of is, I need my MLM products. I know that, I think last year when I did a Reddit React, I think it was like somebody said that they gave their mom, but they got a box of like Pure Romance stuff, or they know someone's mom who got a box of Pure Romance stuff, and I'm like, I mean, I guess if you're open enough, sure, but it just seems like a very interesting MLM to be giving your mother for Mother's Day. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description below for all my fun links. And with all of that said, let's get started. Does your CEO text you selfies she took with your hubby from the cruise she took us on? Does your CEO take you on 3+ trips a year? Does your CEO message you the last day of the month to encourage you to push for that goal and cheer you on? I didn't think so. I think it's time you start finding yourself a new CEO friends. Want to meet mine? I'll share her. We have a call tomorrow night and we are gifting away 1K again this month. You need to PM me your email or drop it here and be on the call to be entered. If you win, I win too. So let's win some cash, friends. And then OP says, my CEO pays me a livable wage, calls me weekly to say I'm appreciated, gives me ample time off, generously contributes to my 401k, and doesn't need to bribe me with BS trips to make me think I'm valued. Interesting. Also, like, to me, a perk of being a part of a company would not be the CEO texting me selfies with her and my husband. I mean, it's fine. It would just be kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm like, I don't know. Maybe that's just like a little too weird for me. I just don't know why that's a perk. And is it like the CEO is taking you, like personally paying for you to go on these trips with her? Or are you just being invited on these trips and you have to pay for it all yourself? And also, I mean, I guess the CEO messaging you, like talking about, like cheering you on and stuff. Like CEOs send out emails, talking to people, you know, telling them how good they are. It's not a unique thing in MLMs. Also, weird because I thought each individual was the CEO of the company. So interesting how they have a CEO sometimes, but yet everybody's the CEO when it makes sense in the, you know, trying to recruit process. I was like, I'm the CEO of my own business. Don't you want to be the CEO of this business too? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. This is just very strange. I'm not surprised it's an MLM, but this is just a very weird message, and I don't know why this would like get anybody excited to want to join this business. Like, it's just kind of weird to me. I'm curious if, I'm gonna click on this. I was gonna see if this post showed any like comments or likes on it. That would have been interesting, because I would like scroll by this, read it, and be like, huh? Like, that's a picture of not you, that's a picture of your husband and some woman. Like, I would think there's like something going on. Like, I'd be like, ooh, what's the drama going on? But I'd be like, oh, it's just this person's CEO that they're pumping up so much, which is always weird. But like OP says, it's like, my CEO pays me a livable wage, and my CEO allows me to like have health benefits and stuff. Doesn't just tell me that I'm gonna go on a cruise. Yay, don't you want to stay with me because we're on a cruise together? Like, don't you want to stay in this business because we're on a cruise ship? Like, no, I'd rather make money and, you know, have health insurance and things like that most jobs offer. Weird, I know. Comments on this say, my CEO doesn't text me. He doesn't even know my name. Hell, I don't know his or where he lives. He could live on Mars for all I know. Maybe if I knew him better, he'd invite me to a cruise on Mars and he could take selfies with my significant other. Right? Like, I mean, it's fine to like know your CEO. Like, if it's a smaller company, like knowing your CEO and having the CEO text you, like, it's not like that like strange. But like the way that they like admire the CEOs of these MLMs is a little too much for me, and this is absolutely too much for me. Toxic positivity is an expensive pattern. A couple of weeks ago, I had my first event. It didn't go well at all. A lot of time, effort, and money was poured into it, and I came out extremely disappointed. I got so down, the thought, I'm just going to quit, came to my mind. I was depressed thinking of quitting. Then I realized there's other avenues to Scentsy that I can be successful at. I don't have to go the event route. I realized maybe the event route can be tried again when I do retire early because Scentsy helped me get there. I'm a dialysis nurse wanting out of the healthcare hell that we have found ourselves in. I also realized maybe the type of event was the reason I didn't do so well. It was a mother-daughter church conference. People were there for Jesus, not shopping. This is not a success story. I'm not going to end this with how I turned things around and reached superstar status. In fact, I'm really struggling this month to get PRV. I will end with whatever hole you find yourself in, no matter how disappointing the situation may be. Do not, and I repeat it over and over, do not give up. The saying is true. You only fail at the things you give up on. If we're still trying, we have not failed. We might be a little scuffed up, have black eyes and limping, but we can make it to that finish line. Once we pass that one, we then sign up for the next race. Stay blessed, everyone. Side note, putting the table together stressed me out. They have pictures of their table. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Oh, yep, that's a lot of Scentsy stuff. And it looks like she's just like in a corner of a hallway. I mean, I don't know how this event was set up, of course. And I mean, you guys know how I feel about MLMs at vendor events or anything like a vendor event. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess if she got in, nice. But OP at the bottom here says, this happens so often and it is so defeating for people. Pour money, time, and stress in for nothing, and then convince yourself it's gonna get better over and over again. Yeah, that's the part that got me, where she said, I repeat it over and over, do not give up, like you only fail if you give up, and that's such a bad mentality, because like, if you are pouring so much money into this and receiving nothing back, and you know yourself, you know that you are trying, that just means that the operation on the other end is not a good thing. Like, if you fell for a scam, you fell for a scam. The scam is never going to work to your benefit because that's not how the scam is built. The scam is built for only the small few at the top to succeed. It's not meant for everybody to succeed. Losing out, you're only failing yourself. Like, that is who you are truly failing. That is where the failure is you are failing yourself by not allowing yourself to see it from another end and take a step back. Sometimes that is success, is taking a step back and realizing when things are not working out and figuring out, okay, well, why is it not working out? Like, is it because I'm not doing this or this? And then come to the conclusion, it's like, I'm pouring so much money and I'm doing what people are telling me I need to do, doing events and stuff. And, you know, I mean, if she doesn't like events, she doesn't like events. But she did it because my guess is she thought this would be really good. And then when she didn't sell anything or that much, she was kind of let down. And again, that doesn't mean failure. That just means that it just didn't work out for one reason or the other. But I think it's mainly because people don't want to buy MLM products. I mean, that could definitely be a part of it. I think that people are a lot more aware, especially when it comes to Scentsy. I think people are very much aware that Scentsy is an MLM. But this was very sad. This was very sad because it's like they kept saying little things that are like, you're right there. Like, you were right there. You were saying the right stuff. You were saying that you're pouring time, money, energy into this, and you got nothing in return. And if you keep doing that, but telling yourself like, oh, what if I give up? It's because I failed. You're never going to get anywhere, and you're only going to lose out more and more. I have to see what the comments say on this. When I retire early because Scentsy helped me get there. And that was in quotes. And then the person said, but in the same breath, I'm struggling this month to get PRV, whatever that is. The delusion is strong, very, very strong. And somebody responded, personal retail volume. It's the amount of products they purchase in a month. It's the reason why HUNs buy stuff they can't sell. They want to retain/improve their rank, and the only ones benefiting are their uplines. If a HUN can get enough victims in their downline, they start to benefit too. And they can afford to spend money to get PRV and still show a profit. Unfortunately, most HUNs will spend a fortune to rank up because their uplines told them to, even when they don't have enough friends, family, and a whole boatload of social media followers to recruit as their downlines, and are doomed to fail. The only HUNs that see some measure of success are those that have a big social media following before they join the MLM. Exactly, and this whole like, you don't have to know a bunch of people in order to be successful. It's like, no, you kind of do. Like, if you have 5,000, 10,000 followers, like, that means that when you start trying to recruit or pumping this out and get people to buy it, like, a lot more people are going to see it. If you have 20 people on your friends list, that's way less people. And I've seen people in MLM say that, oh, I only have 500, 1,000 followers. That's a lot of followers. It all depends on the person. Like, if it's just an everyday person who has Instagram, post a couple things of their family or their pets or their hobbies to their friends and family, the few friends and family that they have, maybe a stranger here and there that decide to follow them, that's going to be a lot different than someone who has 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 followers. So, of course, I know why the uplines say, oh, you don't need to have a big social media following in order to be successful. It's because they want every single person to believe they can reach the superstar status, like this individual in the post here said, can reach. And that just isn't the case. It just isn't. I really hope this person processes more about Scentsy and realizes that they need to get out before they invest too much money, and that them getting out is a form of success, not a form of failure. I have been a very busy girl boss today. She didn't say boss. My brain, literally, in between girl and today, put in boss. I mean, I'm not wrong. Kind of surprised she didn't say that. Let's start over. I have been a very busy girl today. First church, and now closing out our biggest and best month yet. Fire emojis. You know what I really love, yet stresses me out like crazy? Sticking out tongue emoji. I usually adore posting all of the shout outs, but there are literally so many. My brain just can't even process it or slow down like long enough to make the list of everyone. Just know we are having PRs like you wouldn't believe. Hands praising emoji. When people tell me they are still thinking, emoji, about it, if you could only witness all that I am seeing. Sad eyes emoji. Blessings beyond comprehension. I am seeing miracles. I want for everyone. Hashtag diaries of a woo girl. And I love this picture because it's like she's like next to her son. And Opie, whoever posted this, put a clown emoji on the HUD and just like clearly doesn't want to be taking a picture with his mom. But she covered his face. Oh, that's just really funny. I have no idea what this person even like is trying to say. And again, I said this in my recent Beachbody video, is that when they say they love this, they're so excited, they blah, 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 like every positive word about the MLM business that they're in, I just don't believe them. They are just completely empty words to me because they say it all the time, and I just feel like they're only saying it to try and convince themselves so that they continuously stay in this business. But I found that so funny. This is just such a weird post that honestly says absolutely nothing, but the picture is what really made it for me. The comments on this say, did they get $1 for each emoji? It makes their post even more annoying to read. Somebody else said, seriously, who besides MLM HUNs brags and raves about their job like this is all over their social media? Exactly. I mean, obviously, like, it's fine to be proud of your job and be excited about certain things that are happening, but, like, things like this just come off fake, unrealistic, unenthusiastic, unauthentic. Like, yes, it appears a certain way when you add in a bunch of emojis and exclamation points and capitalization, but it truly means nothing. Like, it truly, to me, this entire message says nothing. Like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I mean, obviously it has something to do with an MLM. Like, up here it just says a rant, and then somebody said, and the OP said, I just can't with these posts anymore because they're everywhere. We see them in every single MLM, and that's the thing, is that this could be for any MLM. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be for Scentsy, Beachbody, Monat, I can't think of our ones, Color Street, you know. She didn't say fun, so I guess it can't be a part of Color Street. But when it seems like it could be a part of any MLM out there, it just, you lose your authenticity, and also it just seems a little weird. You're so proud of the company that you work for, the company you paid to work for, but yet you never say the name of the company. And when you don't say the name of the company, that's when it becomes sketchy and weird, and most people see through that. Is nothing sacred, and it looks like somebody made a post sharing, I assume this is for Herbalife because they're drinks, and it's like Star Wars energy bombs, Darth Vader flavor and Yoda flavor, and they were trying to sell these for May the 4th be with you, visit us, blah, blah, blah. And then down here, the person said, Herbalife storefront. So again, we're not surprised to know this is Herbalife, and they are taking extremely popular properties. I mean, just alone on this channel, we've seen like 3 Herbalife fronts, and they have basically taken McDonald's McFlurries and Shamrock Shake and just stolen it and said, like, yep, it's the same thing, but it's at our place. So, yeah, you can't do that. I mean, they keep doing it. I don't think it's smart to advertise this, especially taking the Star Wars logo and, like, almost seeming like there's a partnership between Herbalife and Star Wars when there absolutely is not. And I will say, though, this is the first time I've seen Herbalife drinks not look incredibly, absolutely disgusting and repulsive. The Yoda one is questionable. The Darth Vader one doesn't look horrible. Still would not buy them. Also, let me zoom in on this picture, because right here, I don't know if you guys are looking, it looks like she took this picture on a bed, a blanket, a towel, or she like edited, she must have like just taken a blank picture, like, and then edited these things. This is so fake and cringy looking. But I mean, she got 154 likes. Congrats. Did you make any sales? 100% convinced you made those statistics up, hun. 89.34% of people that see this will not try Thrive. But of the 10.66% that do, 99.51% of them will wish they did sooner. Should kind of make that 89.34% think again, huh? I mean, I guess when you just type text on anything, I guess people are just inclined to believe that it's absolutely true and that it's not made up nonsense. I think that's what they're going for, is they're just hoping that if they put numbers and text on this, that people will just be like, oh my god, numbers, statistics, that they have to be true. Because I don't think that this is true whatsoever. It's like how Huns say, if you message 10 to 20 people, then that 11th or 21st person is absolutely going to say yes. I don't think that statistic is true, because I feel like then income disclosure statements would be a little less skewed to one side, like they are, like, you know, 99%. Let's see what the comments say on that. I'd say it's much higher than 89.34%, more like 99.12%. I think it's even higher, and they're saying 99.9. Higher! I got you. 99.314, and then they did, oh my god, they did pi. You know what, just for typing that out, I'm going to assume they typed out every single number. They absolutely get some karma for that. Everybody else, you're getting some karma, because I enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with most people. A, have no idea what the heck Thrive even is, have absolutely not tried it, and even after hearing it, still don't want to try it. Octavia Waffles, cinnamon cream cheese swirl waffle for breakfast. Yes, please. Packed with all the protein, carbohydrates, 24 vitamins and minerals, and probiotics my body needs. And it tastes great. I have a busy day ahead cleaning and mowing. This will give me all the energy I need, and there'll be no crash from too much sugar in a couple hours. Let's do this. And OP at the bottom said, yeah, this definitely looks like enough food to give me energy the entire morning. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, the entire morning, this one, it looks overcooked, but like undercooked, but like weird at the same time. I mean, it looks like a sad Eggo waffle. Honestly, an Eggo waffle looks better than this. I don't know. I mean, the idea of a cinnamon cream cheese swirl sounds good, but I feel like it would look better, like have some swirls in there and not make it look like a... Ooh, you know what it looks like? It looks kind of like a rice cake, like, you know, the texture of a rice cake. That's what it looks like. So it looks very dry. I feel like it needs some syrup, something, but I guess they don't want to have too much sugar because they don't want to crash from their super protein, carbohydrate, vitamin-packed waffle that will just save them throughout the day. I don't know what is wrong with these people. Like, how do they say this and think that, like, that's... Like, if it was a full meal, maybe with, like, a side of eggs and some fruit, I could understand that, and then you're, like, talking about the waffle, but you're saying, like, you know, everything is perfect, not this one sad waffle on my plate is gonna get me through the entire morning. Like, eat more food, it's okay. Like, especially if you're gonna go out and, like, do some physical activity, like, eat more food, it's okay. The comments say, this is the saddest effing waffle I've ever seen. Also, I am not a microbiologist, but pretty sure most probiotic bacteria won't survive cooking temps. Ah. Somebody else said, yeah, the reason we heat cooked food to over 140 Fahrenheit minimum, obviously the temp is higher when cooking raw meat, is to kill the bacteria that cause foodborne illnesses. Any beneficial bacteria present would die as well. Yeah, see? Here's the thing about doing these Reddit videos. I learn things. I guess I didn't, like, process, like, and think about it, but that is true. This waffle obviously went through the toaster. I said it looks extremely dry, so I don't know if it's because they overcooked it or because of whatever the heck it's made out of. But it definitely does look like a very sad waffle. And I would not eat it. You don't have to carry inventory. And then it looks like whoever posts it or shot my stock, and then it is a picture of their stock. That is a lot. That is absolutely a lot. I mean, they easily probably have 250, maybe 300 items in here. And this reminds me a lot of, like, paparazzi. Like, every time we see paparazzi, it is just an abundance of inventory. And they always say, like, you don't have to carry stock. Like, it's not necessary. But then we see stuff like this. And yes, I understand that every MLM is different. But, again, it can't be a myth if we see it, if we have proof, if it's being done. And then you can say, and then of course they'll say, like, well, that's just that individual, they chose to do that. And it's like, when it comes to certain MLMs, it makes sense on why they would have so much stock, because they want to make sure they are carrying a huge variety of stuff for their customers. Or because they're told to do that. I mean, it's probably a combination of both. But that is absolutely a ton of inventory, and there is absolutely no way they will go through all this, that they will sell all of this. See what the comments say. You don't have to buy anything, but you need to be a product of the product. Somebody else said, what kind of product does Red Aspen produce anyway? Somebody responds, it's yet another beauty MLM similar to Amway and Mary Kay. Not entirely sure what they sell, but apparently they do nails similar to Color Street, which is true. I've been looking into Red Aspen, and from what I've seen, they're a nail polish MLM similar to Color Street, but it's not a sticker. It's like an actual, like, hard nail that you would, like, glue onto your nail, which I feel like is not, at least like Color Street, I guess, has the sticker aspect, which makes them sort of unique, even though you can buy very similar products owned by the same company from Walmart and Ulta. But when it comes to what Red Aspen has, and I think they have makeup too, but when it comes to Red Aspen and their nails, I think you can buy that like anywhere, like at the drugstore, at the grocery store, Target, Walmart. So it definitely doesn't make them unique. But this person definitely thinks that these products are unique and must have just spent, I don't even want to imagine how much money they spent. And the fact that somebody responded with the shocked emoji face to this picture, yeah, that's my face too when I saw this. Alright, and we have reached the end of the video. We all know what that means. It is meme time, and I saw this, it caught my attention, so I wanted to look at it together. It says parody episode on LuLaRoe, and it's from American Dad, and it looks like they're wearing quite ugly, bright, hideous, I mean, I guess the American flag ones are not like hideous, but like, you know, you could maybe only get away with wearing those once a day, so they're all wearing LuLaRoe leggings. It seems like Stan got involved with LuLaRoe because he's got a couple boxes back here. He has them hanging up on the stair railings, so let's continue. It says management structure and day-to-day operations, but no, it's multi-level. Stretcharoos, oh my god, they're called Stretcharoos. Selling them in their house, has a bunch of them everywhere. Continuing on, oh my god, in a picture, and it's like, it's, what is her name? It's the CEO, it's the owner of LuLaRoe, like Diana, I don't know, but yeah, it looks totally like her. Next picture, leggings party, come on in, and somebody wearing, I'm guessing giving an MLM pitch to a couple people who got suckered in and are unaware. And it looks like she has avocados on her leggings, which I'm pretty sure LuLaRoe absolutely does have avocado leggings. And OP down here says, hilarious American Dad episode about MLMs featuring a parody on a certain leggings company. At one point, they dropped all their inventory in a crowd and everyone sent them back because they were terrible quality and ugly. I have to see this episode. I don't know if this is like a brand new episode or what, but I absolutely have to see this episode. I remember, was this like a year ago, 2 years ago? Somebody in my comments had asked me if I ever saw the like MLM episode of Married with Children, and I had never seen it. So I had looked it up and looked up what episode it was and watched it on Hulu. It was so good. I had never seen Married with Children, so it was definitely an interesting first look at it, and it was just so funny because like it was definitely a play on Mary Kay, because it was like it was an MLM. It was a makeup company, and she had talked about how like she was doing so well and she was making so much money, and she was doing really, really well. She was selling the product. She was doing a very good job with it, but all of her money that she was making, she was investing back in and just buying more and more and more product. And I can't remember if it was because it's just what she was told to do, it's what she chose to do, but in the end she was like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm making absolutely no money. And it's like, yep, that's the reality. And obviously with American Dad, it's like, he ended up throwing all the inventory into a crowd and they hated it because it was horrible quality and the prints were ugly. And that definitely describes LuLaRoe, is not all the prints are ugly, but the fact that like, majority, and I would say probably 90% of the patterns people didn't like, and they would just tell people, oh no, it's great to mix and match your patterns and look completely clashing and brightly colored and a complete eyesore to society. And then when their quality went down because they could care less about their customers, instead of apologizing and changing the problem, they decided to blame the customer and tell them they were just putting on leggings wrong, and they are an idiot for that. Because, I mean, what is a good company than to blame the customer and make them feel stupid? If there is anything customers love, we love to feel like you hate us and that you think we are idiots. And when you start to treat us like idiots, yeah, we'll start to turn on you. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything anti-MLM in the comments below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!
Just let go.